Hello and welcome to the latest installment in the Guns and Gear review series. This is Zodiac's gun, the Beta Spets as we like to call it for short. So this review is about the Cybergun Beta Spetsnaz, Beta Spets for short. It's built by CYMA, so their gearboxes are really good. And it should be about $150, and that's how much Zodiac got it for on, I think 2 Black Fridays ago. It's available on e-bike for $170 with an included programmable MOSFET for burst fire and just overall everything that MOSFETs can do for your gun. It's quite good. So $170, it's pretty much a starter gun and it's definitely worth it. Some quick specs from e-bike off the top are it has FPS from 360 to about 390. I'd probably say it's about 400. And when it fires, it's really, it feels really powerful, even though most guns that are 400 don't feel as powerful. It just feels like a really powerful gun in your hands for some reason. It has a range of 70 to 100 feet. It's kind of low compared to other AGs I've seen, but it's still skirmishable. I've seen it, a lot of people skirmish them, and Zodiac's probably going to skirmish this next time he plays. The original magazine, it was one of the plastic types that come with AK-74Us. So this is kind of like an AK-74U, the whole size of the gun. So the original mag had 550 rounds in a high cap. The weapon of this gun is Marui mag compatible. So the mag in here right now is a Echo 1 Dogs of War mag. These fit in the weapon really well, and they are, they're steel mags, so that's cool. And they're just I think they're mid caps, so you just use a speed loader, get all your BBs in there. And they are really nice magazines. So if you have a Beta Spetsnaz or Beta Spetsnaz, these magazines are perfect for it. Recommended battery for this gun is probably this one that I just took from my SCAR. Is a just 10 16,000 milliamps with 9.6, should power this weapon just fine. It is LiPo ready with full steel gears. It has a version 3 gearbox with a short motor. It weighs 2,350 grams, so that's roughly 5 to 6 pounds. Now 5 to 6 pounds is the excellent weight, not too heavy, not too light for a fieldable AAG. Now it has a tiny rail, and I may say now that the vertical foregrip that Zodiac has, it does not allow the mag to come out as freely, like it'll hit the foregrip. So I only recommend stubby like Magpul style foregrips, just short ones that are like maybe that long. Other than that, it's only good for about a torch or a laser because it's such a small rail. So you can't fit AFGs or grenade launchers or anything of that matter on this gun. It's very limited in rail space. Alright, so basically this is an AK-74U style weapon. Beta Spetsnaz, inspired, or I think it's just a clone of the Tokyo Marui Beta Spetsnaz, licensed by Cybergun to get this trademark. This trademark here says Mikhail Kalasnikov and AK-47 Kalasnikov. Say I don't know 47 why they did that. It's got 74U sights, and yeah, it's basically a 74U, but whatever. Other than the trademarks, it says made in China. It's a quad control pass, which is always good. And that's it. Oh wait. Also, it has these like Russian style for the full auto and the semi, which is cool. What is bolt goes about that far back, and there's a hop up in there. Let's check that out. So this thing right here is your hop up. You just move it around like that, and I think this is no hop up, and then way back here is fully up top. So you do have to hold back the bolt to get it to move. Zodiac kind of messed it up though, so it doesn't close all the way. So the metal goes all the way through the gun. This part's painted black to give the illusion that it is blank right there. There's no bolt, but the bolt is pretty big, so it won't go all the way back for full travel. But it's a pretty nice bolt pull anyway. Like any AK, it has this selector switch, so like the real one, it won't rack while unsafe all the way. So it goes from full auto and to semi. Now this selector switch is very good. It doesn't get loose. It might have been loose for the Zodiac, and maybe he tightened it or something, but to me it seems like a really nice selector switch. It's not loose at all, and it's quite positive in these clicks. other features it has is this whole thing is like the flash hider kind of. It should be removable by pushing down on that, but for some reason it doesn't go in. It's really stiff. It has the rail. This is all rubberized, this whole foregrip part. The pistol grip is rubberized, and so is the entire stock rubberized. It has two battery options. One is in the stock, which we'll get to, and another one is under the dust cover. So you need to rewire it to the dust cover if you want a really long, pretty much, maybe it can go to there, or maybe it's just that, I don't know. But you can have a really long battery in this gun. It has a sling point on this side. I trust it. It seems to be going into the body, not just the plastic receiver. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, that the receiver of the gun, anything that's gray, is made out of ABS. And here, a look at your iron sights. This is kind of difficult. Yeah, there they are. So that's the first option, and then flip this, and this is the second option. I think the difference is in height. This one's shorter. Oh, and it says 4 or 5 on it. Okay, so this one's the taller one. Yep. Has a little U on there, probably some Russian thing. Something you may be wondering is that this thing does not move. It looks like it moves and kind of moves a little bit, but with a lot of force, it still does not move into that second option right there, so this is just for show. Now that we've gone over all the obvious features of the gun, we're going to go into full review mode from front to back, talk about build quality, materials, the entire quality of the weapon. Alright, like I mentioned before, this entire thing in the front is the AK style flash hider with a little cone in the front. The cone is surrounded by orange plastic originally, but like most $150 guns, they could be torn off. The flash hider is made out of a type of aluminum, and there's your brass inner barrel in there. So like I said, you're supposed to be able to take it off from there, but it won't come off. Maybe it has something to do with that screw, but this is the front sight, also made of aluminum, and it is the adjustable AK type with a ring around it. So this is the foregrip. It is like a 74U, only a little stubbier with these square parts here to give you a better purchase on it. The rail is also rubberized, so that's comfortable, even though it is a rail. Here's the other side. And there's the exhaust port, and you can see the outer barrel inside of it. So here to get to this, I don't really know what that is all about, but that part is also plastic with the rest of the receiver. Here's the rear sight. You already got a nice sight picture from that. And the unit for the rear sight is all aluminum, and it is built into the dust cover. So the dust cover, it is made out of steel, which is good news. Pretty sure these are interchangeable, so good compatibility. You can probably just get a whole dust cover with a rail on it, or you could drill holes in this and put your own rail on it, no problem. Oh, another thing is that side rail mounts, this gun does not have it, and it has these indents here like the bolts on a real AK, and they're just imitation. So here's your charging handle. We got a pretty good look at this. It is made out of a, wait, oh, is it steel? Yeah, the bolt catch, the bolt is aluminum. Yeah, it's just, it keeps trying to stick to the receiver is all. The selector switch is steel, that's good news. And the paint holds up really well. The paint overall on this gun is very well held together. The only wear and tear is on the pistol grip, which we'll get to. So this part is where the screw is holding the selector. If it ever gets loose, this should come off, and there should be a screw underneath there to just tighten it up. So the whole magazine release system and the trigger guard is all steel. That's cool. Trigger guard steel, and the trigger appears to be aluminum. So yeah, enough steel on this gun in the right places, so that's neat. That's good. Trigger on safe, just kind of jets around like that. On CYMA, kind of a long trigger pull, and on full, obviously the same thing, long trigger pull. When you're shooting it, it's not long at all. We'll take a closer look at that later. Pistol grip, regular AK-74U style, rubberized, and it wears off in some weird places. This is the only wear and tear that I've found on the gun, besides maybe some minor scratches on the body and, like any AK, the scratch from the selector switch. So to access your dust cover, you should be able to just press in this button here, but it doesn't seem to want to move. I don't know what that's about. But it can be rewired to the top, so just don't know what's up with the button right now. Here you get to the full-size stock. I love full-size stocks on AKs. Even though if I do get a beta Spets, it'll have an M4 stock. I mean, beta project. It's held in place by that, which is metal, and it's made out of aluminum. The button is aluminum. Okay, and the bottom too, also held down by that. So pretty sturdy stock. Really sturdy. There is a bit of a creak. Yeah, there's some creakage up in the front. Okay, so full size stock, regular AK style, kind of shorter than usual. Here's the buttstock, made out of steel. And to get to the battery compartment, you actually have to remove both of these screws, which I will do right now. Alright, so you need a screwdriver to get it off. All I have is these really tiny ones. Whoops. Okay, so then you get to this funky looking plastic thing. It took me actually a while to figure out how to get this off. You just press down on it, and then there it goes. In my personal opinion, it's kind of a limited battery space. It had these foam pads on there, and Zodiac took the one on the right side off. Let's pull out the wiring. Alright, so this is the wiring from inside the stock. Yeah, you see you have your large type fuse, regular Tamiya connector. Yeah, thick, looks like insulated wiring. That's good, none of that VFC wiring in there. From the wiring part to the battery part is separated by this piece of plastic in there. And I feel that it is kind of a small compartment, so this is the 8.4. It only goes to about there. And then this, I guess you could shove it back into that hole and you might be able to fit it. Now, the overall feel of the gun, the dust cover seems to move just a bit. The rear sight is pretty hard to move, so that's sturdy and in place. The magazine, this is not the original, but whatever. Seems to be sturdy enough for an AK. Don't need to worry about it coming out or anything, so that's good enough. This lever for releasing the mag has a good spring in it. This does not get loose as easy as other AKs. Kind of a long squishy trigger pull. The pistol grip seems to have a little bit of creak in it, but it's sturdy enough. Sling point. The point that's inside of the gun moves a bit, but I trust it. It's a lightweight gun anyway. Foregrip assembly. It creaks, but it does not wobble or anything. It just creaks a bit. And then the whole front is extremely put together well. Oh, and there is a front sight. There is a sling point right here. Also, the charging handle moves around a lot when you get back to here, but that is kind of unnoticeable when you're doing it. Alright, so for use, the weapon has rubberization. I already said that. It has some texturing right here, so you can get a better grip on it, even though you just push it. And other than that, the weapon doesn't have any more texturing on it to get better grip on stuff. The rubberization makes up for all that lack of it. So briefly, I'll go over my summary of this weapon. The Beta Spetsnaz, built by CYMA. It shoots really good, and I've had a couple of AEGs in my time, and I'd say that this one is not bad at all. It's better than most starter AEGs, and it can compare with a lot of the other AEGs in the mid and high. You could still skirmish with this weapon. The range is a little low, and the rate of fire is also pretty low. It should do justice on a LiPo, no problem. Maintaining the condition on the rifle should be easy. I'm not sure why it came off around the grip. Maybe the gloves he was wearing did that, but other than that, the weapon should be fine. That kind of got a little messed up from the sling, but the rest of it seems alright. So I would just basically recommend this weapon to beginners, or just someone with a really crappy AG who needed something a little better. They're still in the $150 price range so that he can pwn. So now I'll be moving into the shooting segment of the review. Alright, so here we have the beta Spetsnaz, and I have the battery in here, and I just want to give a little demo really quick of how powerful this gun kind of sounds when it's on the, what is it, I think it's a 9.6. So I was able to fit the battery in the stock just fine. There's full auto. So you saw the cyclic rate was kind of slow, but overall the gun is kind of powerful. Feels very powerful. So what I'll be doing is, there's a target practice deer at the end of the backyard there. We're just going to be shooting at the deer for range, not so much accuracy. And there should be a camera at the end that's going to record where the babies are landing. So I'm going to go set that up, and then we're going to shoot it. The deer is right there. So in order to hit the deer, I'm actually aiming a little higher. Aiming straight at the torso, this is where the baby's going to land. So it's not hitting the deer. You gotta aim a little higher to hit the deer. Now here's full auto. Alright, now I'm going to go for the headshot. Now we're going to move up to halfway, but before we do that, put the gun in front of the camera like this and fire it from here. Yeah, forget aiming through the sights on the camera. So there's your response time on your trigger. A little slow, but we are on a hydrate. Here's full auto. The gun actually kind of bumps a little, so that's cool. It bounced. Let's see if you can just check it out. Not a bad gun, so it's definitely good for airsoft wars, skirmishes. It'll do you fine. So that was a shooting test of the beta Spetsnaz. Recommended for new players or just new players with not so good guns who want an AK platform. Pretty much an AK-74U in the size and everything. Takes Tokyo mags, which means that you're gonna have the best kind of mags. The battery compartment is not bad. I fit the 9.6 in there after I stuffed the wires into the other compartment where the wires feed through. So if you stuff the fuse in there, you can get the rest of the wires in there just fine. The only upgrades I would recommend is some kind of rail. Plus it does come with a new one, 74U, with a rail on it so you can use optics. Find a way to get this flash hider off so you can use a suppressor, and other than that, it's a good gun. Maybe I would probably paint it though if I had it. So I hope you enjoyed the review, and there should be a new gun coming soon. Maybe. I don't know. Probably this week. I don't even know. So that was a review of Beta Spetsnaz.